Hello, it's Miss Susan again, and we are now on to Model Magic and color mixing. You will find these packets. We only need the colored ones. We do not need the one that has the black writing. We'll use that on another day. But we have yellow, which will have yellow Model Magic. We have blue, which will have the blue. And we have red that has the red lettering, and it will have the red inside. What you're going to need is some scissors. You're going to cut and open it up. The thing about Model Magic, it's a Crayola product. I'm going to put them right there. Is that it is only good the day that you open it for a couple of hours. And then it dries, which is cool because then you'll have a forever art project. It dries a little bouncy, but please don't make just a ball out of this. You will have some extra if that's what you want to do. It's not very creative. But I would love to see what other animals you make. Today we're going to make a frog together. And what I need is with those scissors. So these are, first of all, with the scissors, we're going to cut these into thirds. And I'll show you how. But truthfully, what this is they are primary colors. Yellow, red, and blue. And when I say primary colors, it's because primary colors, I can't run out of red and mix it. I can't run out of blue and mix it. I can't run out of yellow and make it up. It comes from nature, and it comes as a solid color, or a primary color. It's one color, one colors only. But the thing about primary colors is, if we blend them, and you're going to cut yours, and you can just cut them with scissors. Don't put it really hard on the paper. It will stick to the paper. Okay. And truthfully, the red, I want one that's a tiny bit smaller in the thirds and one that's a tiny bit bigger in the thirds, which doesn't make sense, but just 3 pieces. And then this blue is extra sticky. And I'm going to put him right here. And this one right there. And this one down here. So we have primary colors, yellow, red, and blue. We cannot make them. We cannot mix them. We have to find it in nature or in the package that's already marked red, yellow, and blue. Okay, so what happens next is that we're going to mix yellow with red. Okay, I'm going to put that over to the side, yellow and red. We're going to mix yellow and blue. Wait. I want to add, there you go, about equal parts of that. The reason I'm doing that, normally they say, you know, red and yellow, blue and yellow, red and blue, but I know how these react to each other, and so I want more red in the blue to make a prettier shade of what we're making so that you'll enjoy it. Okay? All right, so now we still have a red, a yellow, and a blue, right? But, and I'm going to make this, I'm going to roll it up, because we're going to make a color wheel so that I can show you kind of what's happening. And you'll remember how to mix these colors, hopefully, in your head. Because once you see it, so I'm going to make like a little petal, look a little teardrop. I'm going to put a yellow here. I make a ball, and then I flatten it, and I pinch it on one end. And that makes the petal. A red. I want space in between, okay? We are making space in between. And this is going to be bigger, but it's because it's very bold. And I want you to take the yellow and the blue. The yellow and the blue. And I know that little kids are going to go, mine's not doing it, but it does. Okay, so you're going to roll it. And you're going to twist that roll. It's kind of fun anyway, isn't it? And I'm going to put it back on itself. And I'm going to twist again. I feel like Willy Wonka. And I'm going to put it again, and I'm going to twist it again. And then I'm going to smush it and smush it and smush it and bend it and bend it and bend it like chewing gum. I'm pretending I got chewing gum. And it still just looks like 2 colors. They're not this new color. But we're making a secondary color, meaning 2, just like second grade is grade 2. We're using 2 different colors. We're using blue and yellow. And we're going to keep on making the snake. And we're going to keep on doing this my goodness, it's about to happen. It is about to happen. Oh, goodness. And this is going to be a bluier green, but it is turning green. So now we know that blue and yellow make green. So we're going to put it in between. Yellow and blue make green. Blue and yellow make green, right? All right, so now let's do red and yellow, shall we? Same thing. I'm going to roll them, roll them, roll them. Twist them, twist them, twist them. Twist and twist. Now, remember, once you start this project, you can't put it in a baggie and think it's going to stay good. It will harden within about an hour, and you cannot do anything with it. It is what it is. So if it is just the colors stuck together, that's what it's going to be. But we're going to make this really cute little frog on a lily pad. Because today, the story I'm going to read to you in the evening on Facebook is The Princess and the Frog. Or The Frog and the Princess. You decide who's more important in the story. Alrighty. It's getting there. I still see yellow though, don't you? So I'm still twisting it, rolling it again. Just keep on, keep on, keep on. But it's beginning to. Keep on, keep on, keep on. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on. And I think that's pretty close. There's still some little bits of yellow. I would hope that you would take the time to make it really mix. And it is not red, although it's very close. It is not yellow, but it is red and yellow make orange. Yellow and red make orange. So we're going to put it in the middle. Now I've got red and blue. What color do you think they make? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. Now, indubitably, everybody wants to mix all three colors together. And what you will get is a yucky brown with these colors. So trust me when I say it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Although it could still make anything you want. The good thing about this clay, Model Magic, is that it will, it can, once it dries, especially the white one, you can color it with markers, or like Sharpie markers are the best. And because they won't wear off on your hands once they dry. But you can color it with markers, just like you would clay that has been in a kiln in your classroom. Your teacher may have a kiln. It's a big fire that they put them in, so it makes it hard, hard, hard. But Model Magic does it. Okay, my hands are tired today. I've been doing a lot of clay projects for us. And I want to do it until I don't see the blue and the red separate. I want to see just what it makes, which is becoming amazing. It is becoming the immortal purple. TCU Frog Purple. Now, I don't know if you can see this really well, but each color has, there's 6 colors. So there's right across from each other, it has a color that is its best friend. And I'm going to teach you why I know that. Okay, can you see? So, red and green, we're going to put them together. They're straight across from each other. That's called a complementary color. We're going to teach you why. Blue and orange. Oops. Uh-oh, I accidentally touched them. And that's what happens. They stick together. Orange and blue and yellow and purple. So we said that red, blue, and yellow are our primary colors. And green, orange, and purple, fooled you, are our secondary colors because it took 2 of the primaries to make them. But how many of you guys feel like you're a better person when you're with your best friend? I know I do. I love being with my friends. And so what I want you to do is we're going to do an experiment. It will boggle the mind. You will be able to do this as a parlor trick at your dinner table tonight, if you keep a couple of pieces so that they can stare at them. Okay, I made it into a ball. Made it into a ball, and then I'm going to flatten the ball. And I'm going to put them side by side. They remind me of the very hungry caterpillar. I don't know why. All right, I want you to stare right where they touch. And don't make them overlap. Just touch barely, because remember, they'll stick. I want you to stare and not blink and not move your eyes. Don't look around the paper. Just stare right there for 30 seconds and have an extra piece of paper, okay? Because when you finish, after the 30 seconds, I'm going to say, cover it, okay? You should be in a really well-lit room. Okay, stare. No blinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No blinking. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, don't blink, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Put the paper over it and keep staring right where you were. You should see like a shadow of the two colors. But notice what has happened. Where the green blob of clay was, there should be a red shadow. And where the red blob, there should be a green shadow. It may take your eyes a few times. Some people see it better than others. Try it again if you didn't. But it should have flipped when the shadows happen. Now let me explain to you why that happened. Because our brain is smarter than a computer. Who knew? And what is happening is our primary colors are looking for their best friends. So what color is your red looking for? It is looking for the two colors that make the two other primary colors, and that would be yellow and blue make green. So does it work, Miss Susan? Does it work if I do the purple and the yellow? Why, yes, my young scientist, it does. Stare at the purple and the yellow for 30 seconds, and then it will flip. Then, because yellow is looking for his two best friends, which would be the two missing primary colors, what are they? They're red and blue make purple. And what about the blue as the primary color and orange? Stare at it, my friends, and you will find that the blue and the orange switch places when you find the shadows. And that is because blue is a primary color. He's looking for his two best friends, and they are made up by red and yellow, which is orange. Our brain is amazing. It's always trying to filter out what colors are happening and what we're seeing. And that, my dear friends, is your science for the day with art. The first thing I need you to do is I want you to take the blue piece and I want you to flatten it as much as possible, and it can be a crazy shape because what this is going to be our pond. We're going to make a pond for our frog, and mine has a few holes in it, but we'll try to cover them up, or I can smush it together. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry, I tried to, this is a flimsy little background, but it's easier for you to see it at an angle, I've decided. And the second part I'm going to do is I'm going to just take half of my green, and I'm going to keep this for later on to do whatever I want to with it on your free project. And I want you to make a ball and flatten it out in your hand as flat as you can. Once again, I want you to get your scissors because this stuff cuts really good. And it is a lily pad. Da, 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 da. Can you see? Now, it will stick. The blue is kind of sticky. So if you want your lily pad not to stick and so that you can take it off and on, it looks kind of like a Pac-Man, doesn't it? Then put it on the paper beside the blue. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to make an orange frog, I think, this time. And we are going to take half of the orange, put the rest of it over here. And you may end up needing all the orange, and that's okay too. Okay, so we are going to make 5 balls. 2 are about grape size, and 2 are smaller than that, and 1 is big. Okay, can you do that? And the 2 that are medium, the grape size, need to be about the same, and the 2 that are the smaller than the medium should be about the same size, and that's Needs to be more shape difference. There we go. And there we go. I think those are about the same size. First thing is the frog body. We're going to roll a ball. You roll it around. You can roll it on the table around in a circle. And then I want you to pinch and keep turning it so that it kind of looks more like an egg. It's more of a pear shape, right? And that's going to be our little frog's face. Okay, I'm going to sit him right there. And then this bigger one, I'm going to roll it into a cylinder. And then I am going to turn it back and make it flat. That's going to be his little foot. And then I'm going to make it like an S. When I see it, it looks like a long S. And I'm going to put that right here so it looks like his little foot. Can you tell that? Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. That was the same size, the grape size. I'm going to pinch. Oh, I need a little bit more this way so I can make the S, right? So I have his little frog face, and I'm going to put this right there on the back so that he has two legs. Can you see his two little legs and he can sit? Very cute. But frogs don't have two legs. They have a third. And I kind of want to pinch just a little bit, but I don't want to lose the shapes. So I'm going to make this one a little fat and a little bit like that with just a little, it's like an L shape. And I'm going to stick it right here. Now, if you stick this too hard or put your nails in it, if you have long nails, then it will not come off. So make sure you're putting it in the right place, kiddo. All right, and this one too. Here we go. I'm going to put him right there and stick it in. Now, if you want his little toes, once again, I would come over and cut and cut. I'm sorry. And cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. So I put two little coals. I was going to give him little toes on each foot. Remember, they have webbed feet, so they kind of need to, you know, you don't have to do this. This is just kind of making it even crazier looking frog. Okay, and pinch him, and then he has little toes. You see those? Okay, now, I don't know if you've ever heard the story of the wide-mouthed frog, but it's about a story about a frog that goes around all over the Everglades, and he asks every animal what he eats. He asks the bear what the bear eats. The bear says, you know, fish, and he asks the crane what the crane eats, and the crane says, I eat worms. And he asks the alligator what the alligator eats, and he goes, and every time he's saying, I'm a wide-mouthed frog, and I don't know what you eat. What do you eat? And the alligator replies, I eat wide-mouthed frogs. And the wide-mouthed frog says, oh, you do? So decide if you're making the oh, you do? Frog or the wide-mouthed frog, and take a color that we haven't used. Let's use purple this time. And I'm going to take just a little bit, less than a size of a green pea. And I'm going to really make, a very skinny piece, because I am going to use this to make his little mouth. And I'm going to put it right along about where his legs are connected. And that's his little mouth. Can you see his little mouth? And I'm going to flatten it because his little mouth is, I made a big mouth frog. And then I'm going to take some of the yellow, about the size of peas, maybe a little bit smaller. Now, if you decided to use all of your material right now, that is fine too. No problemo. But I've made two little pea sizes, and I'm going to put them on top of the head, just like that. Just like that. So I can still see that they're that. And then I am going to give him purple little eyes, like the pupils of his eyes. And they need to be about the size, because when they flatten, they get bigger. They are going to be about the size of a bead, like a tiny bead. Like we call them seed beads. And the best way to make those flat is, let me grab out of my box, of your box, a brush, maybe. Actually, a pen would be better. Let's see if I can find one. Here we go. Like a pencil or a pen. And I'm going to stick it right in the center. And right in the center. And that, by putting it, gives him pupils. I don't know if you can see that. Because if I wanted to, I could also give him little green or red pupils. And that's even teenier, just a tiny bit that would fit in that hole. Can you see that? Yeah, I love details. And this one's the same way. It's going to go in. And he's got these little cute pupils. And a wide-mouthed frog. Now, my frog, I need dots on. So I am going to decide if it's going to be green or purple. I don't know. Now, if you stick him on here, he may not come off just like this. Like that one I can't get off anymore. Decide what dots he is going to have on his back. I would not do the same color as the eye, the iris of the eye, but you certainly could, and put big ones and little ones and just put them on his back. You might want stripes instead. What kind of frog is yours going to be? So here we go. I'm going to just put little tiny dots and I'm going to press them flat so that he looks more frog-like. And that's my little frog back. And then I have a little frog. And once he dries in about an hour, then you have a little frog to play with. A little pet frog. And you also have all these leftover colors. And you can make a bear, or you could make a giraffe, or you could make whatever animal you want to out of them, or jewelry, or whatever. So that is our model magic. We not only mixed colors, but we made something wonderful using primary and secondary colors. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember at 4 o'clock we have our Zoom for you to do show and tell, or if you had any problems mixing a color, then we can work with that. We can also work on the God's Eye. This was day 1 with Miss Sue's First United Methodist Church, Arlington, and I will see you next time with another video. Bye-bye.